All right, are we good?
As good as we're gonna be.
Honestly, sometimes the first 20 minutes of the show feels like giving birth. I'm not kidding. I'm exhausted.
Oh, it reminds me of when I used to go to school and I had like the teachers say such nice things to me all the time.
Well, if you interrupt like that, I'm sure they did.
You think I interrupted?
You don't think that was interrupting?
I was reading you the stuff.
Yeah, but yeah.
I'm engaging in conversation.
Let's talk about the mouthwash.
Let's talk about.
But that's a great secret, by the way.
The mint.
I mean, I'm trying to.
I know.
I'm trying to follow up on stuff.
The little tricks of the trade.
It's all about tricks. My favorite thing to follow on Twitter, besides the Jen Wolf Show, obviously, and Louise Says, is life hacks. I love life. I love the little tricks to help us sort of get through life, and mint is one of them. My apologies for the child stuff all over my hand. This is post shower, in case you're like, oh,
all right,
she stinks. Yeah.
Let's let everybody not be left out.
Yippers. Anyway, we are here with Louise. I don't like calling you Louise. I feel
Louise Phillips Forbes.
Okay, I just feel weird, so I'll just call you Louise.
Whatever blows your skirt up.
Really?
Absolutely.
I want to know what blows my skirt up. We had Louise on.
Paleo.
Wait, you don't know what blows your skirt up?
No.
Haven't you?
Or a breeze in your britches. Just saying.
Really, you don't know what blows your skirt up?
I obviously don't know the expression.
What do you find intriguing?
Oh, that blows my skirt up. Correct. We'll talk about that. Gotcha.
I feel like I was not here for that joke.
No, and that's okay. It wasn't even.
I won't feel too left out.
No. You have been super busy lately. We spoke, gosh, was it months? 5 months ago? 6 months ago?
3 or 4 months ago, and we color coordinated.
I know, and
well, next time I'm doing jeans.
You should have. It's just easy and fun, and I apologize for it being ripped. I did put my foot through here this morning. It was a small hole, and now it's a big hole. You got a lot going on right now.
Yeah, I do.
Cornered real estate in New York City wasn't enough for you. Now you're like, you know what? Let me do some charitable work to really just make sure that I'm as well-rounded as possible.
Well, I have been involved with Change for Kids.
Yes.
Since 1997.
Tell people what Change for Kids is.
Change for Kids is an educational nonprofit where we believe every child deserves a really strong elementary education experience. And Change for Kids invests in local public schools in low-income communities, one school at a time. And of 472 public schools, we have 10 of those, and we're on our road to 35 in the next 5 years. And I'll just share what's amazing about what we do is, as my lash is in my eye, we bring programs, enrichment programs, and things that you will love. We do fitness. They have physical education 1 day a week in these public schools.
Crazy.
It's not okay. They have no art. They have no music. We bring chess, creative writing, fitness, nutrition, museum partnerships, tons of literacy. Of 472 public schools in the lower income communities
in New York,
only 11 schools, 2% read at level. So I am a dyslexic mom of 2 dyslexic children, and school was not easy and was not a great experience, except for where I found my self-worth and my joy through dance, art, music, everything that doesn't exist today. So we try to give our children what they deserve, and we partner. I knew when I came to New York City as a dancer, I used to say 10 pounds ago, I don't say that anymore.
Right.
I'm going to do that paleo thing. Mouthwash. And I'm taking that home with me if you don't mind, Lance. But
it's all yours.
But when I came, I have an educational background, so I knew I couldn't change the system, but I knew that I could make a difference in a child's life. I could make a difference in a class, and one school at a time, one community at a time, and that's what we're doing at Change for Kids.
Well, let's just go back a second. How did the system get to this point? How did we get here where we need so much help? 472 schools. It's 2016,
and
we're in
just let's not forget, this is our future. These children are our future, and there are a number of people that can choose not to send their children to public schools, but which my children are dyslexic and can't get the proper education in my school, so I go to special school. But I still believe investing in our public schools is the way that the American dream is met, because through literacy and accomplishing it, poverty can be conquered one school at a time.
What happens if you don't get involved? And where are we 5 years from now? If this is where we are again in 2016 with this big of a problem right now.
But the great thing is that people want to make a difference.
Okay, so you're finding that
people want to make a difference, and not only do they have to write a check, you go to changeforkids.org, sign up, go with me to the schools. I'm bringing you for career day.
Okay.
You're going with me to Brooklyn Landmark, and you're going to go and talk to kids about how you became who you are and what you did, because they don't know all their choices. They can do anything they set their mind to, but what we need to do, because of the environments that they live in, they're such at risk, and we know if they are not engaged by 3rd grade, they're on the streets by 5th grade.
That's a lot.
And that's true. And we can invest small dollars. I mean, you know, what $5,000, what even $250 will do for our community. We, again, 100% of every dollar we receive from individuals goes back to the program. The board underwrites all of our operating expenses. That is integrity, and that is something for me that is important, because I work hard for everything I have.
Right. Why is this? I mean, I understand your dyslexic background and your kids and everything, but why are you so passionate about this and this cause and making sure that you change the system the way it is?
Well, I don't think I'm looking to change the system. I'm looking to take every breath of my day to make a difference. Because as a mother, you know, I mean, I can talk the talk, but I gotta walk the walk. That's the best way to teach my children to grow up giving back and being generous of their heart and feeling good about who they are, because they made a small difference. You know, my mother said, she used to say, you know, you have something to leave with someone and get from someone, no matter what. And sometimes it's giving somebody just a smile and making a difference, and me giving attention away from my own children to other children. I walk into my schools and they run to hug me. That, you can't get more fulfillment than that, because I am touching those lives.
Right. Tell me a specific example or a story of something that you guys do when you go into a school that's really made a difference.
Awesome. And again,
and it's easier for people to understand exactly what it is.
So we don't just force our programs. We sit with our principals, and it's a very rigorous application to be a part of Change for Kids. And we find rock star principals. We find parents that are engaged in a very challenging situation, and creative principals. So our principals, here's one of an example of a principal. She could not get parents' participation. Remember, a third of these kids are in shelters. 93% of them are at or below poverty level. And she is trying to create a community and have the parents invested in their school and their kids. And she literally called Whirlpool and called, I need to have a washer and dryer donated to my school, because I need my parents to show up on parent night. And she gives them free tokens to do laundry. And that is what we're talking about. Just that little difference, and that person thinking out of the box.
Sure.
She made a small difference in somebody's life being easier. If they spend 45 minutes, they're going to get to wash a load of laundry. Another situation, one of our principals,
which by the way is unbelievable that you get to that point, but that's how you have to think.
Most of our
sometimes.
teachers pull money out of their own salaries to make a difference to when supplies run low. So it just is not okay.
Right.
And it's in what I've come to learn since 1997 is that people want to make a difference. They just don't quite know how to get there. So we have a director of volunteerism. You can go to the schools. You can write a check. You can adopt a school. And so this one particular principal came when we elected her. We selected her, and we had our first meeting. She said, "I really want a computer room for my 4th, 5th, and 6th graders." And we've had a construction sign across my doors for 10 years. And we have floppy disk and bubble computers. And the kids they can't, it's obsolete technology. We left that meeting, we said nothing. Our executive director, Colin Smith, shout out to you, Colin, you're the best. 2,200% growth since 2009, thanks to you. He called one of our board members who runs IT for Morgan Stanley. They called a couple of hedge funds. We had some hedge funds that were actually leaving and getting new computers. We got computers donated. We got a group of people that came in and painted beautiful sayings and stencils. We cut the ribbon in less than like 6 weeks. It cost us nothing, just connecting the dots for people who want to make a difference.
It seems like it's so much work to put into one school, and there's always the thinking that I can't do everything for every school, so you end up doing nothing for nobody. And I love the fact that you actually take the time and effort and energy to focus on one school at a time and to actually give the school what they need, and however you can do it.
And not only have we figured out a model for sustainability, we are providing leadership within all of our schools. They have roundtables where they can brainstorm together.
Who does the principal?
The 10 principals that we have, so that they can give their ideas. So everybody should be calling Whirlpool for a washer and dryer.
Right.
You know,
I should be actually. I mean,
right? I love that. And I myself, you know, my kids love, I really want them to try to feel like they can make a difference. So they beaded bracelets and sold them on the beach, and they squeezed lemonade, and they raised, last summer they raised $900. This summer,
Really?
yes. And you know what? We bought certificates for Barnes & Noble for the kids to get books, and I made a challenge to them at the end of the school year to chart their reading, so that whatever they learned during that school year doesn't go away, because they spend 8 weeks relearning the tools that they learned the year before. And my kids felt empowered by that, you know? I mean, to literally turn in, and sometimes they like to put it in with change and everything and give it to Colin. It's just, I think that's our responsibility. We have so much abundance. We are living in the most amazing city in the world, and we have to give back.
How many schools are you're working with? 10 schools now?
We have 10 schools. We have 4,000 kids. It's awesome.
Wow.
It's awesome. I just got a phone call. I'm going to give a shout out to my friend Susan Gallen, who's the producer for Othello Remix, and it's a rap off-Broadway show of Othello, and she wants to invite fill her whole audience, her whole theater with our kids to give that experience. So it doesn't have to be something, it can change. If people have ideas, we want to implement them, because people want to give.
Give me an idea or a sense of what it's like when you leave a school after you've made some change, or you come back after a while. I mean, can you see a difference? Can you feel a difference, so people can understand that you're not just randomly writing a check? Like it's making a difference.
I'm going to use Brooklyn Landmark, because that was a school that was closed down. It was a failed school, and they placed this woman, which, by the way, it's hard to get rid of tenured teachers unless you close a school. So she got a clean slate, and she brought her team and built her team of teachers, and went literally knocking door to door, because it was a bullet-riddled school, dangerous area in Brownsville, and people didn't want to send their kids there. And she said, "Trust me." And I walked into her school the end of the first year she had that school, and she had an entire side of her wall dedicated to color-coded where the kids were in their reading literacy. Like, did they have sight words? Were they behind on decoding? All these things that principals really don't even get involved in.
Right.
But it was a priority for her, because literacy is the key to unlocking poverty and conquering.
For people that don't understand, some of these principals are taking on a huge task when they come into these schools.
Yes.
They don't have to do it. They could apply for other jobs. So these principals that you are associated with now, that you're working with, you have to want it. You have to really care about the movement. You have to have passion for the problems that are going on, and these can't be a job for you, especially with the example you just gave.
It's life for them. And you know, one of the things that I feel that Change for Kids has really figured out how to implement all of our programs so successfully is because we have an employee that goes to our schools. They're a school manager, and they interface with the parents, they interface with the teachers, they interface with the principal, and they implement all of our programs. So they really have on the ground the understanding of those day-to-day needs. Something as simple as every one of our schools are 88 to 91% Title I, which means they qualify for free lunch because they can't get fed at home.
So I'm always fascinated by people who, I mean, this isn't even your job, right?
No.
This isn't even your job, but to hear you talk about it, it's so refreshing to hear someone have so much passion for something that isn't even, you know, what pays your bills every day.
But, you know, going back to what makes you tick, for me, when I work out and when I am the most focused and I accomplish so much because my regimen of workout actually, just to bring it full circle.
Love.
But
Lance,
it
are you
helps.
listening? Lance, get off the floor, stop doing those fake push-ups and listen.
What is a
Listen.
push-up?
Exactly.
But the truth is that when I'm able to get that time for myself and that workout, you know, I'm a soul. We still have yet to spend together.
I know.
Stacy has been waiting for
Okay,
you.
next week we're cycling.
All right.
Put it down.
It's my
Let's do
birthday.
it.
Next week we're cycling.
Let's do a show from there.
You want to do a live show?
Yes, with
Like
Stacy.
literally a live show cycling.
Absolutely.
Okay, we're gonna organize
Done.
that. And then
Check.
and then we'll do one of your workouts. Then we have to come do one of mine. We'll go to
You
another
think
one of
I
my
can do it?
classes.
I'll try.
I think.
I'll try.
Are you joking?
I promise to videotape.
No,
everything.
Lance will die.
I'm
Sorry.
gonna.
Lance just had a
I'll look
sidebar
at. I'll
and
look at the
everything
tripod. I used to do my exercise. Used to be holding the camera.
Yeah, now
But now
we
I have a
that.
tripod to do that for me.
So, all right, you can take my purse.
No,
what
it's
do you,
okay.
What do you?
I'm okay.
Tell me what your
Can I-
regimen is, because people would love to know. Because people think I'm busy. Like, look what she's doing.
Well, I just tried SLT. So
Okay.
I must have done that wrong.
It's hard.
Because my lower back hurt for 5 weeks.
Then yeah, you were
Doing it wrong?
Yeah.
Was I doing it wrong?
Were you
I
on
hate
the
to say
machine,
that.
or
I
were
was
you on the floor?
On the machine,
Okay.
you know.
I'm surprised. Usually they're really on you.
I am a little
and they-
blind, so could have been.
I can't speak to that, but,
But
I will
my
say that-
regiment is I am, and I'm going to go back to Change for Kids because we've got a big event tonight that I got to tell people that they can still, even though we sold it out 730 people, they can still make a difference. And there's tons of silent auction stuff from all of our
So let's talk about it
friends.
first, and then we'll get into our regimen.
Okay,
So tonight,
Actually, let me interrupt with.
Yeah.
a
go
comment.
for it.
So
Comments?
Larry Mark.
Yes.
So he said, yes, I remember many years ago that PS 111 had dinners at school to entice parents to come for parent-teachers night. Plus
I know,
everyone
Louis.
had free lunches since nearly everyone qualified, so it was more efficient to just offer it to all.
Louis, where are you? Are you coming tonight?
Larry.
Oh, sorry, Larry. I know a Louis too.
I said hi.
So yeah, that's true. That's so true. And you know, I had third graders that had never ever seen broccoli. And so going back to tonight, and Larry, I'll be right back with you.
so tell me, what's the event tonight?
We have a super chef. Speaking about paleo, it won't be all paleo tonight. We have 10 of New York's best chefs.
No,
Mark
they are.
Murphy,
I've seen the names. Yeah.
Chris Santos and Michael White and Manit Shahoun. Sorry, I didn't pronounce it. Sorry, Manit. We just have an amazing group of 10 chefs. We have one chef for each school, and it's a tasting. It's not a sit-down dinner. It is a fun party. And you're going to hear from, we have a beautiful silent auction, which we're partnering with Bid Pal. And thank you, Melanie Whelan, CEO of Soul Cycle, and Stacey Griffith for the 50-pack for the Super Soul.
Wow. That's
Love
amazing.
that. We have golf at there's something for everybody. There are yoga classes, there's beautiful
Why'd you cut off on the golf cart?
there's art from Deb Heimowitz has amazing photography. There's something for everybody, and usually we are expecting to raise over $100,000 from our silent auction alone.
Awesome.
So you can go to changeforkids.org. You can click on Super Chef, and you can get on that silent auction.
Oh, you
and
can
start
bid
bidding
without even coming
right
tonight.
now.
I love it. Awesome. Oh,
And
that's
you
great.
can also donate just directly to the schools to Change for Kids, and we will take it. If you have a school that's particularly important to you, or a program that's particularly, we will earmark that money directly so that it goes to where you want it to go.
That's amazing. So do that. To give them the website again.
Changeforkids.org.
Perfect. Okay, now
Easy says.
exactly. She did. Trust me. Tell me about your workout.
My workout, I am a soul sister from from the get-go, so 10 years in the making, and I go there probably 4 times. In fact, last night I did a charity ride for Mothers Against Drunk Driving at 8:30 at night. That was a commitment.
That is a
But a shout out from my girl Solange. I will always be there for you. And I go there 4 times a week. I do Punch at Alino's on 78th and Madison. I also Sports Lab, which is a new one. My husband reeled me in.
Okay.
We like to try to get a workout since we see each other, you know, like ships in the night.
Welcome to my life, yes. What is that?
Sports Lab is on 39th and 5th, and John, the owner, is awesome. It is just a very, very regimented cross-training one-on-one, and I think he does a really great job.
Nice. And when do you possibly find time for that?
Well, we kind of negotiate. I'm with the kids 3 days a week in the morning, and my husband is with them 2 days a week, and I go in the morning 3 days a week, and then I get my Saturdays. Of course, I have 5 hockey games a weekend.
Oh, you got athletic kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
How old are the boys?
They're 13. My oldest is Douglas, and we are a family of surfers, so we try to surf every chance we get. And Kenneth will be 11 in December.
Oh, how cute. Yeah. And they're athletic. You hit the mother load.
Package deal. Family that plays together stays together.
That is awesome. It's true. It's true. You can stay active, and it's so great. Okay, so tonight, big deal.
Big deal.
Get excited for it.
I am. And thank you.
I am giving a speech tonight, a motivational speech.
We need to keep motivating. That's giving back too, baby.
It is, and I try. And look, we both know this. With what little time we have, you have to find a way to give back. I can't give 100%. You can't give it 100%.
Don't get out of career day next year because you're coming.
Done. Okay. Absolutely done. But give it to me early enough
we'll do the show at career day.
We will. But
we have now booked 4 shows.
I know, right? With Louise. But let's definitely do the Soul Cycle. Because I think it would be cool to see what you look like in your fierce, intense, you know, like this is all I've got.
There is an energy there and a community. That is where fitness, I feel, has the founders of Soul Cycle really built that business on the people.
Yeah.
And building a community. And so I have met some people that I know will be in my life for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And that we have this united front of really, like we rode to make a difference last night to a charity. So
sure.
And they do that for Change for Kids. Stacy for 7 years has done that. And we raised hundreds of thousands of dollars thanks to her. But to be able to do what you love and jam out to music and get focused and then conquer your day, that's how we all should start our day.
That's why I'll get up on no sleep and lug myself to the gym, get through my cough, and mouthwash, exactly. Because of that. Because I want to get into a zone and I want to do something that I know I've pushed the boundaries of who I am.
You got to just give me your regiment that you do at least 3 times a week.
I usually do.
She criticizes me.
She said 3 times a week. That's 5 times a week.
Oh.
Fitting room is a great workout here in New York City.
Yeah.
Fitting room is intense.
I can't believe I've never tried
awesome.
that. I'll do that with you.
Okay. We'll go do fitting room. Or I row sometimes, which is super intense. Or I do my own Jenna stuff.
Yeah,
you want to come do
climb
Jenna
on
stuff?
top of people and
I know. Well, I'll
blanking and
I would just tame it and scale it back just a little bit. But if you give me the time,
I'm down.
I will do it.
But I can't pronounce their name, but they're watching from Japan. They wanted to say hi.
Hi.
How you doing? Thank you for being with us. That's great. I love what you do. I love your energy. I love your passion. I love the fact that you have like a 10-year-old and a 13-year-old.
And I'm going to be 55 November 10th. Let's not talk about that. Did I just say that on radio? I mean on TV?
But anyone could do anything at any point if you have passion.
Yeah,
right?
It's true.
And you're dedicated, and what you're doing is such great work. So it's changeforkids.org. Huge event tonight. Please try to get involved, even if you don't do it tonight. It's such an important,
just learn about it.
Important work.
There's something for everyone, and you can be toes in, or you can take the plunge. So look forward to seeing.
And on the off chance, but you don't even. Her day job is like real estate guru. So if that's even a question you have for Louise, please feel free to reach out. What's your Twitter and Instagram handle?
My Instagram, my Twitter is Weezy, WEZE_SEZ.
Weezy says.
And I'm Louise Phillips Forbes, and I'm with Halstead Property.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks, babe.
Good luck tonight, okay? You are wonderful.
We actually have a couple of comments here.
Oh, go
That's
ahead.
Go for it.
So one of them is actually a comment about the show and is a very good idea, so I want to make sure we catch this, Connor. Sean Shepard is saying that he loves the show when I can get to it. He wishes we would put the names or names of our guests alongside the name of the show. So actually, it's a good idea for us to be posting during the show
Yeah.
on the live one, not just on the other thing,
Okay.
the names of the guests.
Thank you, Sean.
Larry Mark, who was the one who
Yep.
earlier he put up, just so everybody knows, especially if the people from Periscope want to come see, the links are up on the Facebook page with the Change for Kids. He put the Change for Kids links up, and he put the to bid up where you can go to bid on the
Thank you, Larry.
thing.
Nice.
And finally, he had SLT, is strength and length and tone, for those of us who didn't know
Oh,
what SLT.
sorry.
I thought it was a BLT.
Well,
Yeah.
And it
I
was
would
like
have
a
just
salami,
had
lettuce,
Scotch
and
tape on my
tomatoes.
Just
thighs.
right up
Thank
and
you,
down.
I didn't
Larry.
know what the exercise. I was assuming that it was a meal plan.
Sorry, I'm thinking that, there's not anything she doesn't know.
She's very smart
I
about
know
this
that
whole
stuff.
exercise thing. Some of us
Not,
golf.
not so much
So
that guy.
I'm just going to say, I'm going to give you another job, both of you all. So we've got the Soul Cycle
Done.
show, and then you need to meet Style of Sports. You need to be, shout out to Claudia Leventhal,
Okay.
Style of Sports. She is a mini you, because she does 30-day workouts where she does a different workout every day.
Yeah.
And she writes about it, and she blogs about it, and she's brilliant, and
Wow.
she's
Wow.
a cool chick.
If you wouldn't mind bringing
And-
somebody who feeds people for 30 days in a row.
Stop. That
Work on
is.
that.
She sounds amazing.
Yeah.
She sounds like me. No, I would love to meet her. Put her in touch with me. For
Cool,
sure.
I will.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
I have a
sounds
lot.
good.
We have a lot of.
I
synergy.
know, and it can't be 3 or 4 or 5 more months till we see each other again.
I'm gonna stalk you now.
Let's get this the cycling.
Serena
right.
and I, we're
Okay.
gonna handle it. We'll make sure that you two get together more often.
Okay,
And
perfect.
We actually came up with a couple of ideas through
Good.
the course of the
Yay.
show.
If not here,
We've
then
been working
either
here while you've been
Well,
working.
I'm
Soul
gonna
or
stop
Fitting Room.
eating. Actually, I'm not gonna stop eating. I'm gonna do paleo for 30 days, so then I can actually take off all this and put on her workout.
I happen to have Minerton plays, and Othello is one of my favorite plays ever. So
Oh, nice.
That
the whole
is-
Othello remix thing is
It's-
something that
I'm-
we're gonna get on that before anything else, just because
Of course.
I'm full
So
rank.
I'll introduce you to Susan.
She's
amazing.
We're gonna get there. That's
Is
it.
that a
And-
ship?
That's
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 port.
indigestion.
That's the ship taking.
That was my potato.
That was your potato from last night. I'm like, what in God's name is? Oh, that's a ship take. All right.
There's
thank
no
you so
helicopter
much.
today.
Okay. All right. We really appreciate it. We're taking
All
a
right.
break. We'll be right back.
Let
This
me take
guy's
a
still
picture.
live. Let's take one picture. You're okay with that?
This is live.
Yeah. So let me get my phone.
How are you? Great. How are you? I'm great. You look wonderful. Thanks. You're adorable. You're welcome.
I'm wearing jeans.
I'm just working, listening. Thank you for this time too. This is awesome. Cool, isn't it?
I will.
You do look good, Lance. You actually do.
Down, girl.
Are you doing?
See how surprised I am?
Every once in a while,
Awesome. Oh yeah. All right. One more. This one. Got it.
My favorite frosting.
Still on our page.
Yeah, so seriously, we did a 4-hour show one day from a thing called Rock and Roll Marching.
It's an off-Broadway show.
I saw that footage. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, but I don't know anything about Shakespeare.
This is how you learn about Shakespeare and Shakespeare. Actually, Shakespeare is actually like, people say if you were to be stranded on a desert island with one person,
Everyone says.
everybody says MacGyver or something. I always say Shakespeare because Shakespeare would be so entertaining.
Yeah.
Imagine he could just come up with all of this stuff.
If I wouldn't understand a damn word he was saying.
Yes,
You're like, what? You want me to get a coconut? Then just say go get a coconut.
I have this big
One
compendium.
give it, one take it.
I know, but when you read it,
coconut.
what
Well,
happens
just get the coconut.
is when you read the 40th play that he's written,
Lance,
you
because
start
you're
understanding language.
intellectually you're cut above the
No.
human race.
That's
So
like
nobody can understand what you're
more
saying.
boring than the average person because I don't
You
work
are.
out.
No, but wait a minute. What's
I don't
going
have the
on?
energy.
Wait, why are you not working? Can we talk about that?
He is working it. He's just saying that. He hits 5,000 golf balls a month. He's a golfer.
yeah.
You know,
Crazy
my
golfer.
son who plays hockey, my
I
13-year-old
used to play
loves golf. And you know what? There's a total relationship.
He's actually it's going to screw him up because when he'll hit the ball hard, but when you're playing hockey, your body's in motion.
Right.
And when you play baseball, same thing. Like you're striding. When you're golfing, you need to keep like your body like almost like a pole through the swing.
You actually have a great baseball swing. Show me your stroke, your baseball
I
swing.
coached baseball.
But can we talk about the Cubs?
I spent 20 minutes talking about the Cubs. Are you from Chicago?
No, but Jonathan and my team literally woke his 8 and 6-year-old up at 3:30 in the morning to look at the replays.
Amazing. I love that. I love that.
He's like,
That's awesome.
he is from Chicago.
Oh,
All
exciting.
right, well, you guys
Let's
are
get a
awesome.
politics and news thing.
All right,
if you
we're
don't
gonna
mind.
go talk
So
politics.
I will follow up.
Yeah.
You will follow up around Stacy. I'll cue that up.
Will you do that for me?
And I'm telling you, I think Claudia would be
But
awesome.
Luke Lanson as well. So if we ever
Claudia Leventhal also.
Okay.
Can you do that? And there are several ones that I think
please, I would love that. Yeah.
And I am, I want to meet your other half.
I would love you to meet her.
And I
She's
love
great.
following your little kids.
Thank you. Thank you
On
so
your-
much. You're so sweet.
getting
You're
so
so
big.
kind. I appreciate it. All the best tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. Connor.
Have a
Nice
good
luck
night.
tonight.
Good luck tonight, Connor.
Connor tonight.
Tonight.
Exactly.
Tonight, we're going to dinner.
Blah, blah.
Where are you going to dinner?
Because then you
No,
can talk.
don't do a movie.
I know,
You have
that's
to
what I'm
talk.
saying. Yeah, that's what I'm
No
saying.
movie.
Yeah.
It's called Il Posto. It's Italian. And
Oh,
it's
I know.
Dude, impress her if you want to take her to the chef. Watch her.
Oh yeah.
Then you're gonna get.
That's.
She didn't say that, did she?
Nope.
Bye, guys.
Have a great
All right,
one.
bye.
Be good.
And then on similar lines.